All right. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
It was a very an interesting chance meeting that
Yeah.
has brought us here. I want to capture the background as well at Attueyi Coding Academy. So let's start with just a brief introduction
Okay.
of who you are, first of all, your
Okay.
background,
Okay.
before we even get into the reason behind this.
Okay. Yeah, no, I read accounting here.
Yeah.
Here at University of Nigeria,
Yeah, let
in
me
Ugo
capture
campus.
your former hostel.
Yeah, my
Just
first
right
hostel,
behind here.
Joe Marere.
Joe Marere.
Yeah, Marere,
Oh,
or EF as we used to call it,
Yeah.
because there are two wings, E and F wing, in
Yeah.
my days. So I read accounting here. Spent my career working in oil and gas industry all through. Somewhere working for an American oil company called ConocoPhillips. They switched me from finance to production operations.
Where was this?
ConocoPhillips in Lagos.
Oh, in Lagos,
Yes,
okay.
so I ended up, I was general manager production for
Mm.
ConocoPhillips in Lagos. I did some expatriate assignments in different countries, but I was primarily the Nigerian staff.
Yeah, okay.
2002, because I worked for Conoco. In 2002, Conoco merged with Philips, took a package and left, and
Yeah.
then became an entrepreneur. Long
Yeah.
story. But I still spent all my working life in the oil and gas industry, primarily in production operations.
Yeah.
And then 2 years ago, I retired when I turned 60. So this is me in my semi-retirement
I said it, you
phase.
don't look anything close to 60, but
There you
anyway,
go.
that's story for
Thank
another
you.
day.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, I mean, what got an accountant excited about, technology, coding, software, artificial intelligence,
Yeah.
data analytics? So excited that you even then decided to come and invest
Yeah, good
into
question.
an academy, yes.
Yeah, so like I said, 2 years ago, I turned 60, and the two children I have are left home. The first one, the boy, had actually read economics and then switched for his master's degree to machine learning and AI 13 years ago, which I didn't know was possible.
Yeah.
So back to 2 years ago, I was saying, I'm coming back from the UK to Nigeria. I need to give something back to the society. What should I really be doing? So it occurs to me, the guy's done well for himself. He switched, got hired by Cisco. They moved into San Francisco.
From the UK?
Yes, from the UK.
Wow.
So he's been in the US since his master's, working for US tech companies. And even though he started schooling in Nigeria, he's smart, but he was actually never the first in his class in Nigeria. So that told me that there are a lot of smart kids in Nigeria.
Yeah.
The difference between them and him is the opportunity he has had.
Absolutely.
And I just felt, okay, I don't know much about tech, but whatever it is he got via tech, if we can create those opportunities locally. Most kids can't japa. At least let's give them a leg into the tech process. They are smarter or smarter than he is. With that kind of opportunity, they'll probably do as well, if not better than him.
There's a popular saying for this,
Yeah.
that summarizes everything you just said. So it says talent is universal, opportunity is not.
Yeah, it's not.
So I'm always very excited when I see people who are investing in, helping other people get ahead.
Gives
I
me
understand-
emotional fulfillment,
Exactly.
actually. Yeah, it does.
A lot of us don't have a background that looks like, or that looks anything like what we are today,
Yeah.
right? And I think the only thing that has differentiated some of us who have risen into positions of leadership is just the opportunity that we've been able to see and have taken advantage of it.
Yeah, true.
So is that something that is driving the philosophy, behind the Attueyi Coding Academy?
Yeah, and basically I grew up with a father that was he was the first man in my village that went abroad, or Jero Bodo Yibo, as we say in my village,
Yeah.
And I think he came back, and it was a driving passion for him to educate women. His younger sister was the first female to go to higher school, stuff like that. So I've grown up in an environment where you are blessed to bless others.
Absolutely.
So when I think back now, I think I imbibed a lot of that without knowing. So I've kind of been my life that I've been blessed more than, like you said, my background deserves.
Yeah.
And I have a duty to do that to others. You know, I
Yeah.
told you I switched from accounts to production operations. Actually, the managing director of the company came to my desk one day and said, Joe, you know, you're wasting your time in accounts. I'm transferring you to operations. Now, I've never heard that. It's not common in our industry.
Yeah.
If I didn't know that the man liked me personally, I would have thought they were trying to shift me away to create a position. Because how do you take an accountant and take him to? But he saw something in me.
Yeah.
So I look at all those things and I said, I think I owe society also to look out for talent,
Absolutely.
you know, and try to push them to even where they don't think they can
Yeah.
get to.
Yeah.
Because I got to where I never could have thought in my wildest imagination. Yeah. And it's simply
What
because-
is your vision for Attueyi Coding Academy? And before you answer, just before this interview started, we were having a conversation over breakfast, and I was explaining to you some of the opportunities that are outside of the southeast,
Yeah.
and in some other secondary cities, as I can imagine.
Yeah.
There are a lot of opportunities that a lot of young people in these secondary cities
Yeah.
are never going to be able to get access to if they are not informed.
Yeah.
Right? Even at a level, we are talking about the UNDP's Timbuktu, for
Yeah.
instance, and what they are doing.
Yeah.
Establishing, centers of excellence across a lot of universities and campuses across Africa. But first of all, before we get into how you see Attueyi Coding Academy tapping into that kind of network,
Yeah.
what is your vision for Attueyi Coding Academy?
It's to just be a creator of opportunities for smart, young, indigent. I like to emphasize that smart, indigent, hardworking young folks to get a leg into tech.
Fantastic.
Because the smart ones who have the rich parents who go to school abroad or some top school is the smart, indigent ones who are left hanging. So our vision is to create as many of those opportunities as possible, here being a starting point. But with access to capital, finance, support, hopefully replicate it in as many places
Fantastic.
as possible. Yeah.
Fantastic. And now we're talking about the Angel Collective,
Yep.
right? I mean, I'm sure you just heard about the Angel Collective for the
just-
first
yeah,
time
yeah.
over
From
the
you,
past
yeah.
couple of days.
Yes.
Now that you know a little bit about the Angel Collective, and I
Yeah.
believe you've also seen during the Enugu Tech Festival, I think you met a few of the members.
But, yeah.
What do you see as a viable type of partnership framework or model that will really take, Attueyi Coding Academy to the next level?
Okay. What we would really like to see is for us to become an incubator of talent and to tie that. And I think that's our next step really will be to tie how we train that talent to be specific to specific industrial needs. So, direct answer to your question, if we are part of this network, it can provide us access to industry players who need specific skills, and we can address those specific skills by training talented kids to address specific problems. Right now, we are doing a general thing, and it's a good place to start. I mean, we're in our
Absolutely.
third cohort,
Yeah.
but we need to now begin to refine it so that the talent we train they are trained for specific problem, to solve specific problems that people need a solution for, and hopefully are willing to pay for the solution.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly the reason for setting up the Angel Collective in the first place. It's really about, corporate innovation.
Okay.
And corporate innovation in simple terms is just creating access democratizing access, essentially, to these challenges. And a lot of times it's not just challenges, it's also for the corporate organizations, is some of the growth opportunities that they see.
Yeah.
A lot of corporates and even industries are growing at single digits, sometimes no growth at all.
Yeah.
For a CEO who is sitting on the board of or at the helm of some of these corporate organizations, when they think about double-digit growth or any kind of astronomical growth, the only way that we see as Angel Collective that growth could come through is by innovating and thinking outside of the box.
True.
Right, so we're very excited to be able to partner with Attueyi Coding Academy
Perfect
to
timing.
make sure that we channel some of those opportunities and some of those problem
Thank
sets,
you.
to young minds,
Yeah.
who are a bit removed from the operational issues and challenges
Yeah.
that some of those industries face.
Yeah.
And hopefully by doing that, we hope that we will be able to see, some very groundbreaking, revolutionary ideas come through.
Fingers
And,
crossed.
so really, this is really mind-blowing. I'm really hoping to see the Attueyi Coding Academy not just become something that is centered within one institution in Nigeria, but across the entire universities and the university networks across the country. So congratulations to us again.
Thank you very much.
I will look forward to working more with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thanks, sir.
Thank you.